Hello, ladies and germs. June 28th, 2019. It is Superdan dealing in the desert. It is do not adjust your screens. And everybody just relax. All right, just relax. But I feel like I need to put something out. Put something out about the YouTube war with cigar reviewers and tobacco, basically tobacco, alcohol, and firearms. But as I hear, YouTube is also clamping down on a lot of different topics that they don't, and when I say they, obviously the decision makers, the board, whoever makes these decisions of the YouTube corporation, deem not appropriate for viewing. So before I go into it, let me just say that on Superdan's channel, for those who are familiar with it, I do a lot of things. I cover plastic models. I do up close and personal interview / question and answers. I do jigsaw puzzles, and I do cigar reviews. Cigar reviews are approximately 56, 57 videos that I have done related to cigars. The monetization has been pulled from all the cigar videos because YouTube has decided that it is not appropriate. It is not content that they deem worthy on their site. Not the violent videos that they have, the foul-mouthed videos that they have, gambling videos that they have. I mean, you could just go down the list. They had controversial pedophile videos that they just recently awoke to and just recently got rid of those. But I guess cigar reviewers are on that same list. Every cigar reviewer on YouTube they have to make their own decision on what they're going to do about it going forward. Some of them are going to go to Patreon for revenue now, because obviously they're not going to get anything from advertisers. Some of the reviewers rely on advertisers as part of their income. Some rely on it more than others. Superdan does not rely on it. I just recently was able to monetize my videos. It wasn't that long ago, because YouTube has a lot of qualifications to monetize videos. One of them is getting at least 1,000 subscribers, which took Superdan a while to get to, and 4,000 viewing hours. But I have a job. I work separate from YouTube. I don't rely on it, but that's not the point. It's not the point. So everybody has to make their own decision. I went back to Patreon before all this went down, with YouTube really clamping down on cigar reviewers. And you can still support Superdan that way with Patreon. That's what I'm doing. I've added some new cigar reviewers to Patreon that I give to. Cigar Obsession is one of them. Mac 912 is one of them, and there may possibly one or two more. I can't do Patreon for all of them, but the ones that I watch on a fairly regular basis, who decide to use Patreon as an option, I will do that to support them in what they do, and that's, I guess, the option for now. But I believe, and others believe, that this is just the beginning. This is just a start. I think people that think that, okay, it's going to end here and everything's going to be hunky-dory, is wishful thinking at best. Because the goal is not just getting rid of monetization. Obviously, the goal is to kick cigarettes, vapes, any type of smoking whatsoever off of YouTube, hook, line, and sinker. I believe it's coming. It may not come tomorrow. It may not come next week, but it's it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure it out. Okay, to do radical change, sometimes what happens is that it's done incrementally. It doesn't go from here to here. It's a slow progress of taking away a little bit here, taking away a little bit there, incrementally, more and more, until finally it's just banned altogether. And I believe that will happen. Mark my words. So, what does this mean, right? Well, I dedicated myself to start doing cigar reviews again in July. I haven't done one for a while. I've been very busy at work, and it's summertime, and my dog passed away in early June, and it really affected me in a lot. But now I may have to change my plans because, like I said, every YouTube cigar reviewer has got to make their own decision on how they're going to go forward. Okay. Now I am going to be eyeballing very closely alternative YouTube sites. Okay. I'm going to keep my ear to the ground and find out when a site will come available that is truly dedicated to freedom of speech, freedom of thought, and freedom of life, liberty, pursuit of happiness, all of it. Because this, some people call it politically correct, but let's just call it for what it really is, fascism. There's this fascist idea that there's only one way, there's only one thought, and all other thoughts are contrarian to that thought, and they need to be expunged, eliminated, and so forth. To me, that's what fascism is. And right now, I don't see YouTube as any more than being fascist bullies. David Garofalo, who is the, I guess you would say, the owner and creator of Cigar Authority, David Garofalo estimated there's about 1 in every 1,000 people that partake in cigar smoking. 1 in 1,000. That's not a very big voting block, folks. It's a very small minority, of cigar smokers out there. So they're easy targets, It's not a huge voting block, So in that sense, how many people are going to stand up and fight for the rights of cigar reviewers and cigar smokers to talk about the hobby that they love? Not too many, but it's a mistake. I don't know if it was Patrick Henry, but if it is, he said, I may not agree with what you have to say, but I will fight to the death your right to say it. Where has that spirit gone? There's a lot of things I disagree with, all right? That's out there that you can watch, that you can view. And I'm sure, everybody has their opinions on what they like and what they don't like out there, and that's fine. But the moment we start squashing alternative viewpoints and ideas of our own is when we fall into fascism. And, the United States of America is supposed to be the land of the free. Um, and people have the right to do things that other people may disagree with, in Superdan's humble opinion. Therefore, if I keep doing cigar reviews on YouTube, all I'm doing is supporting the beast that wants to destroy us, is really what's going on here. And I feel like that's the case. I'm benefiting YouTube by putting out these cigar reviews. Okay, in my opinion, why do I want to support that? Why do I want to support a platform that's now dedicated, and it has been in the past, but now they're taking off the mask and showing their true colors, and they'll be emboldened because there's only so many of us, and they'll be emboldened to take further and further action. Watch, you'll see. There'll be some, cigar reviewers that'll be upset about it, but YouTube's not going to care. They're going to say, well, this is what we deem worthy and what's not worthy, and that's a free market society. That's capitalism. That's where we're at. But that doesn't mean that we have to keep supporting YouTube, right? So everybody has to make their own decision. Superdan made his decision. I promised everybody that I would be doing a cigar review starting in July. I will do one last cigar review. One. I'm not going to do any more Pravada reveals. I'm not going to do any more cigar.com reveals or cigar reviews after that, until YouTube either changes their policy and starts supporting cigar reviewers. And that's it. That's my decision. And if other cigar reviewers want to keep putting their content on YouTube, fine. That's great. Good for them, and I will support them, and I am. I'm giving them Patreon money, and I will support them. But as for me, I'm not going to support the beast with the cigar reviews. Now, the other stuff will still be posted on YouTube, because right now they don't seem to have a problem with gambling for whatever reason. Maybe that's down the pike. But, I'll do the video poker videos once in a while, the plastic models and the jigsaw puzzles. But cigar reviews? No. So I'll be looking for alternative sites for that. Once I do find one that reviewers are going to start using, then I will start posting and videoing cigar reviews once again. And so, just in closing, remember that of what I said in a cigar review a while back. I can't quite remember which one, but I remember saying that about the German guy who said that first they came for the gypsies. I didn't say anything because I wasn't a gypsy. Then they came for the Jews, and I didn't say anything because I wasn't a Jew. Then they came for the, minorities, and I didn't say anything because I wasn't a minority. Then they came for the Christians. I didn't say anything because I wasn't Christian. And then when they finally came for me, there was nobody left. So I know there's a lot of you that are like, well, I don't smoke cigars. I don't even like the smell of cigars. So, what's the problem? Well, the problem is that the sin of the day is cigar smoking, but tomorrow the sin of the day might be gambling, or the sin of the day might be poker, or the sin of the day might be sexual content. Who knows? The sin of the day might be using foul language like fuck, shit, piss, cocksucker, right? And that might surprise you because you know that Superdan's videos, I almost never cuss. Never cuss. But you know what? YouTube has deemed this content to be inappropriate. So, why not be inappropriate? Right? Why not be inappropriate? Why not be truly inappropriate? So I know some of you might be bummed out by this, but you know what? If you're bummed out by this, send YouTube a message. Tell them that you're upset about this. You know, write them a letter. Write them, send them a message somehow, some way, saying, "Hey, stop curtailing freedom of speech that you don't agree with," because that's not what freedom of speech is about. It's not about protecting speech that you agree with. It is about protecting speech that you don't agree with. All right? It's not about protected. It's not about protecting, things that you agree with and banishing things you don't agree with. That's fascism. So, anyways, that's it. I don't want to make this too long. I've written what I've thought about it on popular YouTube cigar review site creators on YouTube. Um, at this point, there's no use, repeating or kicking a dead horse. But that's how Superdan feels about it. Studies have shown that having one or two cigars a day is not only not harmful for you, but it's actually beneficial for you because it lowers your blood pressure. It decreases stress. It makes you happier, almost like in a same kind of way as meditation. That's a fact. Look it up if you don't believe Superdan. But the anti-smoking crusade wants to lump all kinds of smoking into one bag. They want to put everything into one thing because, smoke, to them, smoke is smoke, right? I just don't like the smoke. Okay? That's fine. That's your right to feel that way. But it's not your right to imprison them. It's not your right to curtail their constitutionally protected rights. So that's it. That's what I wanted to say. Expect the cigar review to come out sometime in July. It'll be the last one on YouTube. And that's it. Have a great day. Don't worry about it because when one door closes, another door opens. I am very confident that as YouTube keeps clamping down on freedom of speech and people that they don't agree with, that there will be an alternative YouTube site shortly coming. I can almost guarantee it, and there's already been a lot of interest for that, and it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen because there's still significant interest in these kind of things, and it's not just tobacco. It's not just cigars, cigarettes, vapes, pipes. They're clamping down on other things as well. So that's it. Fair winds and following seas. Keep watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Click the thumbs up. Comment down below. And I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.